All right, let's clap it up. All right, Shalom, Israel. We're at the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Hunt since 1969. We are here to edify the so-called Black, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child, and to bring them back to their identity, you know what I'm saying, and wake them up to their true heritage. And they are the lost sheep of the house of Israel, God's chosen people. Tonight, we're going to go over the trauma, you know what I'm saying, of our people, what we go through as a nation here in America, aka Babylon. You know what I'm saying, especially under this wicked oppressor known as the white man, the devil that the Bible speak of. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, it's hard for, or, you know, our people, you know what I'm saying, that got a little bit of, you know, their blood is tainted with coonerism, you know what I'm saying, what have you, you know what I'm saying, that's hard for their ears, you know, to hear, you know what I'm saying, but it is what it is, especially in these days, right? You know what I'm saying? We go through this trauma as a people, as a nation. We got to wake up and understand that, you know, these people aren't for us. You know, the scripture says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. And that nation is the so-called Black, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child. And we can notice that on how we are treated here in America. No one else is treated like we are. You know, just open your eyes and look at that. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledge that. And not, you know, we ain't telling you to go out there and harm nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Or what have you, you know what I'm saying? These other nations, you know, conduct yourselves in an orderly fashion. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we just got to acknowledge that, you know, and try to, and you know, and because we were brought up in these Catholic and Christian churches, you know what I'm saying? We act like we holier than thou, you know what I'm saying? And try to be upright to the point to where we want to love these other nations when we could clearly see they don't love us. You know what I'm saying? Because this wicked, you know, oppressor, you know, aka the white man that the devil speak of, you know what I'm saying, the greatest deceiver, because that's what devil means, you know what I'm saying, deceiver that ever walked the face of this earth, you know, bottom line. And you know that by the actions, even by their actions, you know, just because you had a friend here and there, you know, a white friend here and there and shit like that, whatever, you know what I'm saying, I still have shot, you know what I'm saying, I still know some niggas, you know what I'm saying, I call them niggas, you know what I'm saying, but, you know, shit, you know, but I know what they people's done to my people, you know what I'm saying? And I still keep them at arm's length, you know what I'm saying? Bottom line, just like the my niggas in the world, you know what I'm saying? Keep them at arm's length. If they don't want to hear this truth, hey, oh well, nigga, keep it moving, right? You know what I'm saying? But even in this day and age, you know, with this blatant racism, you know what I'm saying? Our people act like they don't know what's going on. They don't understand. You know what I'm saying? They want to play dumb or what have you. You know what I'm saying? But it's you know, you got to wake up sometime. You know what I'm saying? Even these Christian churches, you know what I'm saying? These Christians, you know, they think we about to, you know, the Martin Luther King shit, you know what I'm saying? Everybody join hands and, you know, what have you. Nah, it's not like that. The Father separated nations. You know what I'm saying? You can read that in the Bible. If you truly love your father, you're gonna go what he says in his word. You know what I'm saying? This word right here, this Bible. You know what I'm saying? He separated the nations. You know what I'm saying? And man, you know what I'm saying, being vain as we are, you know what I'm saying, we think, you know, we can come together, you know what I'm saying? And clearly we can't, you know, because somebody have to rule, and this ruler that's ruling is a wicked, vile individual or individuals, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, like I said, you know them by their actions, you know what I'm saying, by how they treated other people, and even before they came over here, how they treated themselves. You know, if you really want to go further, and you know, if you trying to vouch for them, or say, oh no, no, they're not, all bad and stuff like that. Yeah, we know that. You know what I'm saying? But Israel, we didn't have no bad, we had bad and good as well. But we all went into captivity. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High, like the Most High said, you know what I'm saying? Isaiah 55 and 8, it says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways. See, you think the way you think. You know what I'm saying? The Most High don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? He put his chosen people into captivity, you know, into captivity. His chosen people into captivity. And there was some good amongst them. You know what I'm saying? But he put them all into captivity. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go over these just our trauma, because we are traumatized as a people. You know, let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that, let's put that out, you know what I'm saying, in the open. You know, we traumatized. You know what I'm saying? We the weakest nation as far as the our actions. You know, we it's embarrassing on how we are. No other nation will act like the way we do, man, when it comes to our enemies, when it comes to the so-called white man or any other heathen, you know what I'm saying, that you know, that's oppressing us, bottom line. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I mean, you got listen, you know, ants, you know what I'm saying, the insects, you know what I'm saying, ants, you know what I'm saying, even they know. You know what I'm saying? They smarter than us, you know what I'm saying? So-called Black, Latino, Native American, they smarter than us. If they, you know, they working together, you know what I'm saying? They know how to work together, unlike us. We don't know how to work together because of other nation, you know what I'm saying, beat us, put us in captivity, unlived us, you know what I'm saying? And they still doing it to this day. Failed us in the school systems, you know what I'm saying? And they're doing it, and blatantly at that. You know what I'm saying? And we still trying to, you know, come together. You know, just I'm like I said, I'm not saying go out and hate. You know what I'm saying? If you see one out in the street, you know, he live next door or whatever, say what's up, shit. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up. Oh, hey, if you say good morning, good morning. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with that. Because we are better than them anyways. Bottom line, by far, and they know that. That's why they treat you like the way they treat you, and that's why they put you in captivity. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, even ants, they know the order, and they ants. You telling me an ant, it has a bigger brain, you know what I'm saying, bigger thinking, you know, logical capacity than us, you know what I'm saying, being able, you know, I mean, they run into a sluggy. They run into let's say red ants run into a army ant, black ants. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna fight because they know they're different. And that's why I said earlier, you know what I'm saying, the Most High separated these nations. He separated us for a reason, and he chose a people. He said we are separate. Separate means holy, you know what I'm saying, to be set apart from these other nations. And look at how they act out here. You know what I'm saying? All these nations, if you think about it, you know what I'm saying, before they even came, you know, before they, you know, I mean, because they pretty much brought us over here pretty much first, you know what I'm saying, to build, you know, off of capitalism, you know what I'm saying, they built this kingdom and shit off our backs, right? You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, the Johnny Cam latelys, you know what I'm saying, the Asians, whatever, they's probably the next ones. They probably came in 1800s or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The East Indians, they were pretty much, what you call it, servitude, you know what I'm saying, to the British. You know what I'm saying? So some of them came over here with the British and stuff like that, what have you. You know what I'm saying? But they weren't being treated like us. Bottom line, they weren't being treated like us. You know what I'm saying? And they were pretty much confederate with these other nations, with the other heathens. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, obviously they're above us, you know what I'm saying? Because look where they live. You know, look, they living way better than us. They come over here and they got all kinds of establishments. You know what I'm saying? They running things. You know what I'm saying? When we should be right there. You know what I'm saying? Because we built this place with our blood and sweat. You know what I'm saying? With them unaliving our children and SA our children, and, you know, doing all these heinous crimes against us, these atrocities against us. You know what I'm saying? But yet they brought another people over here above us. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, ants know how to come together, you know, and work, you know what I'm saying? Like what they carry 10 times they weight, you know, what have you, you know what I'm saying? Like we can't even carry, you know, I would say each other, but shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we can't even carry, you know what I'm saying? Like just, you know what, it slipped my mind. We can't even carry damn. You know, basically we can't carry shit, man. We can't carry each other. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? We can't carry each other. You know, because we so caught up in, you know, oh, these other nations thinking they love us and stuff. They it's far from that. They do not love us. You know what I'm saying? They know, like I said, ants know the difference. They come up across another ant, they fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not condoning fighting and shit. Go out there and fight with these other nations. Conduct yourselves in an orderly fashion. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Little insects know the order. If Most High told us that, hey, I separated these nations for a reason, he did it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And we got to come together as a people. You know what I'm saying? The people that are undesired. You know, these nations, the so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans. And how do we know that? You know, because look at how they're treating us. Look at how they're treating us. We got to wake up sometime. You know, bottom line, we got to wake up sometime, man. But, you know, like, you know, our and they're persecuting us in you know, different levels, you know what I'm saying, from the small to the big to the, you know, what have you. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do is persecute us, you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like our kids, man, like our kids being amongst their kids. Let's say if you are in a predominantly, you know what I'm saying, like Asian, East Indian, you know, white or something like that, you know, community or what have you, and you got a you know, so-called Black, Latino, Native American, you know what I'm saying, going to school amongst them kids. Them kids are tearing that little kid up. Unless that little kid is you know, from the tribes, unless he hardcore or she hardcore, you know what I'm saying, and just gotta, you know, just got that just, you know, 100% confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because these little East Indians and Asians, I'm telling you, and white folks, and when they outnumber them, they outnumber us, they tear us down. That's all they do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at the rate of so-called Black youth. You know what I'm saying? It's been rising faster than any other racial and ethnic group in recent years. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even in us. You know, that unliving ourselves is not even in us. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, especially hanging. You know, like they you know, they find, you know, cats hanging and stuff like that. You know, one, you know, no, I ain't gonna bring that up. But you know what I'm saying? What so-called Black man gonna hang himself? I mean, really? You know what I'm saying? Like the way that y'all been hanging our people. Nah, nigga, y'all do that shit. White folks do that shit. Y'all hanging us, talking about, and then they, you know, the police say, "Oh, it's a suicide. He hung himself." Nah, nigga, we don't hang ourselves. White folks hang themselves. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, you know, watch your kids, man, because they, you know, if they in a region where it's predominantly, you know what I'm saying, these other nations, I'm telling you, they're clawing it. They clawing them. They clawing them because that's where they come from. They crabs in a barrel. You know what I'm saying? Why you think they come over here from they country? You know what I'm saying? The Asians. Why you think they come over here? You know what I'm saying? If you so great, you know what I'm saying, you got the Asian pride, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna come over here. Why? You know what I'm saying? Look at them Africans and shit, Hamites. You know what I'm saying? They coming over here. Why you think they coming over here? Because they over there, they crabs in a barrel. You know what I'm saying? You got the rich and then you got the poor. You know, and the rich is few. You know what I'm saying? Then you just got the poor and they just keeping them poor. You know what I'm saying? Look like East Indians, same thing. You know what I'm saying? You got the rich and you got the poor. That's all they do. They don't grow as a people. That's not in their DNA. You know what I'm saying? So what you think they're going to do when they come over here and see, you know, people, especially when a lot of them know that who we are, you know what I'm saying? They know who we are, but you know, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? They see our flavor as well. You know what I'm saying? What have you? They want to be us constantly. You know what I'm saying? They want to be us. They see how we move and stuff like that. So when they outnumber us, oh yeah, they're going to test you. They're going to test you. They're going to try to claw you down. And like I said, protect your little ones. Talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Ask him, you know what I'm saying, what's going on at school? You know what I'm saying? Who's treating you like this? What's going on? What is this kid talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because believe me, you know, that's why our kids, our teen, especially the so-called black youth, you know what I'm saying? The suicide is rising. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know, they can't even wear twists in their hair and stuff like that. Believe me, I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? They get their hair done certain way, go there. You know what they're gonna do? They're going, oh, look at your hair. Oh, it's because they can't do it. And that's why they're gonna do that. And next you know, he or she gonna take their hair down because they were being made fun of. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So, like I said, talk to your kids, man. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into these scriptures tonight about the you know, trauma. You know, the trauma that we go through, you know what I'm saying? We don't even realize, you know, some of us, you know, I mean, the majority of us don't even know we full of trauma, you know what I'm saying, because of what we went through and because what we know. And we try to forget it. You know what I'm saying? We've all gone through this trauma because we all understand why, you know what I'm saying, and what we went through as a people, you know what I'm saying, as a nation, you know what I'm saying, even the so-called Native Americans, you know what I'm saying? Look, why you think they're in the plight that they're in right now? You know what I'm saying? The men are just on drugs and drinking. Why you think that is? And then they got land. Hey, you know, tell you the truth, I wish we could trade spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather be out there in you know, where the trees are and shit. All out there, and you know, leave me the hell alone and have a nice little stream. You know, go fishing. You know what I'm saying? Leave me the hell alone. You feel me? They got reservations and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Got their own little, you know, supposedly laws and shit, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like let me go over there. You know what I'm saying? Get away from the white man. But you know, the white man, you know, he's still controlling shit. You know, he still go out there and do his little thing and shit, his little what you call that? You know, how they deceitful, they just terrible, man. They terrible. Bottom line, they terrible. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, this government, terrible. All of it's terrible, you know what I'm saying? But let's get into these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to the book of Job. The book of Job 9:24. It's the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces thereof. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And we all know who the wicked, you know, who runs this world. We all know who runs this world. You know what I'm saying? It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science, you know. And you know, we got a lot of, like I said, we got a lot of Christians out there. You know, there's so much trauma in their head. You know what I'm saying? They say, "Oh, the white man ain't the wicked," because they sitting right next to a white man. You know what I'm saying? Like TD Jakes, you know, he was talking about some, you know, not that I watched TD Jakes, but it was, you know, because of some little controversy that he had, right? And he was like trying to make a point. So like, you see, doctor, it was a white doctor in the front. You know, he was sitting in the front. Why he sitting in the front? You know why he's sitting in the front? He you know, he giving that money. You know what I'm saying? He paying that money. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna call it ties. We ain't even gonna call it ties. You know what I'm saying? Because ties help our people. That's what it's supposed to help our people to get this word out. You know what I'm saying? That nigga TD Jakes, he just living off that shit. You know what I'm saying? He just, you know, got a matching and stuff like that or what have you. You feel me? And that white man, he just sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, keep teaching these people, you know, leading them astray. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? They are confederate against thee. You know what I'm saying? Against the Most High, against the Most High's people, you know? So don't get fooled, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Dr. So-and-so right here, you know, he's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Of course he's your brother, nigga. You're getting that money from him. You know what I'm saying? TD Jakes don't care about his people. You know, bottom line. You know what I'm saying? But we got to wake up. We got to wake up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like these people are eating us alive. These other nations are eating us alive. There's nothing wrong coming together you know what I'm saying, as a nation, you know what I'm saying, and start to grow as a nation, and just, you know, keep these people aside. You know, keep, you know, hey, just stay over there for right now. Let us build. Let us build. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with us building? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with us policing our own communities? Because y'all sure ain't doing it correctly. You just going in there gun ho. You know what I'm saying? Do we not have officers, you know, Black, Latino, Native American officers? Let them go up in our neighborhoods and police us. Because your system obviously isn't working. And of course, you know what I'm saying, you know, we know why y'all doing what you're doing. We know what you're doing, why you're doing what you're doing. Because you're going in there oppressing us, unaliving us, because it's in your DNA. You got to unalive somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's in your DNA. Like when so-called slavery was abolished by Lincoln or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know, that's another story in itself. You know, do you know these other heathens, these so-called white people? You know what I'm saying? You know, they started, you know, the what did you call that? When you unalive people, you know what I'm saying? Serial unaliving. That shit went up. You know what I'm saying? Just like in the Humboldt, all the way up there, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That should be going on up there. They just keep it on a hush. Because there ain't nobody up there but them. You know what I'm saying? They keep it on a hush. You know, they be finding deer heads and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Because they got to do that. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So once they move from deer, they got to do something. They got to do something to a human. You know what I'm saying? Just look it up. Look it up. But they know what they do. They know how to, you know, sweep their stuff under the carpet. You know what I'm saying? And you know, keep their stuff on the low. You know. But you know what I'm saying? You know, we just got to wake up as a nation, Israel. You know what I'm saying? So-called Black, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child. You know, like I said, you know what I'm saying, Job 9:24, 9 and 24. The earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. You know, and like I said, we all know who runs this world. You know, who got embassies on every single water. You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man. And he's not doing a great job on ruling. You know, what does it say in hold on, let's go to either first or second Timothy. No, it's lucky. Samuel. I think it's 2 Samuel 23. 23 and 3. Yeah, this is the book of Samuel, 2 Samuel 23 and 3. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me, he that ruleth over man must be just, ruling in the fear of God. And we know most the white man don't fear the Most High. You know what I'm saying? He's steady. He's trying to be the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like, who in the F are you to say we can't collect rainwater? I mean, really, we can't collect rainwater. And even if you say, oh, it's because of it's, you know, it's polluted or whatever, nigga, what do you care? The way you unalive people, the way your government unalive people, what do you care? Trump actually, he's literally blowing up boats over there in down in South America, blowing up boats, not even knowing if there's drugs on those boats. He's just blowing them up because he knows who's in those boats. He knows his people's not in those boats. So, hey, I'm just going to blow these boats up just because. That's what he's doing, because they're evil. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? It says, like I said, it says, the God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruleth over men must be just. We know the white man's not just. You know what I'm saying? Ruling in the fear of God. We know he don't fear God. Bottom line, because the way he is as a people, you know what I'm saying, where they are as a people. Bottom line. Let's go to Psalms chapter 7. Psalms chapter 7. This is the book of Psalms chapter 7. O Lord, my God, in thee do I put my trust. See, and that's the thing, black man, Latino man, Native American man, woman and child, you know, what have you. You know what I'm saying? We gotta trust in the Most High, because there's no other way. There's no other way, because you know, like I said, these other nations around us, we can't trust in them. There's no trust in them. You know, they're you know, far from, you know, loving, you know what I'm saying, loving others. You know what I'm saying? Loving others, even people that don't look like them. It's far from them. They don't have that spirit. They do not care. Or else this world would be a better place. You know what I'm saying? Look, they all come over here to America to be free, you know, liberty, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? What have you? You know what I'm saying? But we are far from that. Well, they're cool. They cool. You know what I'm saying? Until they show their true colors. You know what I'm saying? You had a woman down there down in LA somewhere, I think it was, you know, unaliving one of her kin. You know, she was a Moabite, Asian, so-called Asian, you know what I'm saying? Moabites. You know what I'm saying? She, you know, had a sword. You know what I'm saying? Yap, 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 yap. You know what I'm saying? Did what she did. You know what I'm saying? But it's not gonna go viral. It's not gonna go viral. You're not gonna hear about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you got back in mid 2000s or what have you, out there in San Jose, you had two East Indians unalive their parents. You know, they put it on the older son, you know what I'm saying? But at first it was, you know, both of the sons did it, whatever. And one of them motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? He wrote on the wall or on the floor or something. Sorry, my first kill was so sloppy. This is what, and a lot of people don't hear about it because they sweep that shit under the rug. You know what I'm saying? These fools do dirt. They do dirt to each other, man. You know what I'm saying? They always talk about black on black crime and stuff like that. You feel me? Like, nah, there's white on white crime. There's East Indian crime, you know, East Indian crime, Asian on Asian crime, you know what I'm saying? But they wanna paint this narrative about us constantly because they know we God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do constantly. You know what I'm saying? But you know, what else I want to bring? You know, like, you know, let's talk more about this trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see these videos on, you know, so-called black man get on live, you know, whatever, you know, he go to a bar or something like that, you know, he get on live, he get beat down and stuff like that. This nigga go to a white bar, you know, in this day and age, it's predominantly white. I ain't saying that nigga deserved the shit, you know what I'm saying? But that nigga was stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you had years ago, you know, a few years ago, whatever, you had to do go to Greece. You know what I'm saying? He over there talking to you know, the white girls and stuff like that. You know, all his boys are white. Hey, what happened? They stomped that dude to death. You know what I'm saying? The Grecians over there, they stomped him to death. Nigga was still asleep. Y'all better wake up out there. Still asleep. You better wake up out there. You know, it's unfortunate that he had to go through what he went through. You know what I'm saying? But You know, like I said, with the trauma, you know, you have the parents on there saying, we don't know why this happened. You know what I'm saying? Like as if their son or daughter was the first, it's the first one that happened in 2025 or 2024, 2023. As if they were the first ones that it happened to. It's just been going on. It hasn't stopped. The only thing that's different, we got social media. Now we can see it. You know what I'm saying? We got to wake up as a people and stop being in la la land. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people out there, literally, these other nations out there, literally, and predominantly the so-called white man out there unaliving us. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got that one lady out there in I don't know, I think it was Texas or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She over there, you know, chilling with her white friends, having a slumber party. She fell off the balcony somehow. She was the only black sister there. You know what I'm saying? She fell off the balcony somehow, and it was all Edomites. I mean, keep it up. The Most High, it's warning. He's warning us. He said, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. That's what he's saying. But y'all keep on, like I said, it says, those who turns their ear from hearing the law, even this prayer shall be an abomination. And that's not talking about the ones that aren't praying. That's the ones, it's talking about the ones that are praying. You know what I'm saying? Even your prayer shall be an abomination. So now you got the ones out there that's atheists. Nigga, good night. You know what I'm saying? That's a done deal. You get thrown off the balcony. You know what I'm saying? Keep it up. You know, chilling with these mothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, because you know we can't come together with ourselves. You know, with our people that look like us. You know what I'm saying? Because we have been battered and abused. You know what I'm saying? By these other nations and stuff like that. So you feel that you got to go and find a white friend so he can stimulate your mind. She can stimulate your mind or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know why they can do that? Is because they're in their heaven. So they're going to be talking all like, you know, all hunky-dory. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, like, you're so excited being around them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's because of your people, their people, on why your people are like that. Like, you can't get along. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, you know, you don't like to be around other black folks and stuff because we act, what they call it, ratchet or something like that, you know? And it's because you got to understand that it's because of a nation. They put us in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, well, I mean, the Most High did, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't not listen to his laws, statutes, and commandments. He put us into captivity. You know what I'm saying? And put these curses on us. You know what I'm saying? That's another story. But I'm speaking to the, you know, you Christians out there, you know, just regular people out there that aren't in the ISBK. We try to wake y'all asses up. You know what I'm saying? The best of our ability. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I had a buddy out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude, you know, he was telling me how, you know, he went to his you know, he was down and out. You know what I'm saying? He needed money. You know what I'm saying? He went to his family. You know what I'm saying? We all been there. You know what I'm saying? Went to his family, was like, hey, I need this, I need that. You know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop. You know, I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't all that much either. And that was his main thing. It wasn't that much. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing really. It wasn't nothing really. You just need to, you know, feed his family. You know what I'm saying? What have you? Just a few bucks. He was like, man, you know, but man, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about this white dude. You know what I'm saying? He stepped up and gave it to me. He was like, man, F my family, woo, woo. Just like that. But he missed the clear picture. He missed the bigger picture. You know, the man that gave you that money, his people is the reason why your people didn't give you that money. Because we are oppressed because of their people. So we don't know how to come together and help one another, because we always thinking like, oh, he's trying to get over on me, because, you know, now they done turned us into the crabs in the barrel, because that's what they are. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta start understanding that, people. You know what I'm saying? Black, Latino, Native American, man, woman, and child. We got to start understanding that, especially Judah. Judah is the worst out of all the tribes. We the worst. You know what I'm saying? Least Latin tribes, they can live together. They live together just like the Asians and stack their money. You know what I'm saying? At least they can live together. You know what I'm saying? But that's but it's trauma. Like I said, these Christians out there, that think they holier than thou and stuff like that. They just go to their little Sunday service and stuff like that, what have you. They traumatized. They're in their comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Like oh, we gonna all come together and hold hands and stuff like that. And they traumatized. That's all it is. They traumatized. They got they got their own little make believe story. Whatever. They in fantasy land. That's all it is. That's all it is, man. But let's see, where we gonna go? Let's go to Psalm 37. Psalm 37. Psalm 37. Let's see, 9:21. For evil do Slaki, verse Psalm chapter the book of Psalm chapter 37, verse 9. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. And that's what I said, earlier. We got to trust in the Most High. We got to wait on the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because these evildoers, eventually they will get cut off. And we just have to have patience. You know what I'm saying? We got to have patience because they are going to get cut off because we're seeing this evil. And if you don't see this evil, it's because you're evil. Bottom line. We are engulfed in evilism. You know what I'm saying? If that's a word, you know what I'm saying? This shit is everything that we do. Constantly do we look at, we watch, you know what I'm saying? On we can't even watch a decent movie anymore because they trying to put that alternative lifestyle down our throat. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? You watch a movie that has something to do with 1920s. Somehow they wrote in some gay shit. You know what I'm saying? Slocky. You know what I'm saying? I'm not slocky, but you know what I'm saying? You can't even say gay now. I meant happy. But you can't get around it. It's like, damn, okay. You know what I'm saying? This rainbow coalition. Okay, we get it. You know what I'm saying? Damn. But it's because they wicked and they got an agenda and they trying to program every single one of us. Because they know their time is at an end. You know what I'm saying? They running out of time. Satan running out of time. You know what I'm saying? Verse 10. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. It says the wicked shall not be. All you cats out there, you know what I'm saying? Like you got that little documentary that I guess 50 Cent put together about Diddy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got more people talking about 50 on putting it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, how dare he or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo. But here it is. You got Diddy over there, his own words on how he's talking. You know what I'm saying? And even video on what he's doing and stuff like that. You feel me? And you got everybody else leaning towards Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they on Diddy's side. Man, they wicked. They straight wicked, man. This place is nothing but wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Puffy just doing what he doing, whatever he putting it out, after that nigga too. You know what I'm saying? That nigga wicked too. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, because he ain't helping his people. Bottom line, none of them niggas helping their people. Well, they can't. You know what I'm saying? Because they under their illegitimate father, which is the white man. You know what I'm saying? They can't help their people. You know what I'm saying? But them niggas act like, they act rich, nigga, but they act like, they got all that money, but they still acting like they don't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because they came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And money is the root of all evil and shit. So they got money that rules them. You know what I'm saying? That's their God right there. Niggas is weak, man, spiritually and mentally. You know what I'm saying? Verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. You know what I'm saying? The meek is the so-called black, Latino, and Native American man, woman, and child. That's the meek. You know what I'm saying? That's who the meek is. You know, do some research, Christian, on who the meek is. You know, he ain't talking about no other heathen. You know, like I said, you know, we had to go into captivity as a whole. You know what I'm saying? They got to go into captivity because of a whole. You know what I'm saying? As a whole. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. Now, verse 12, the wicked plotted against the just and gnashed upon him with his teeth. That's what the wicked does. Verse 13, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. And that's why the white man acting like he acting right now. That's why Trump is blowing these boats out the water. That's why he putting the so-called Mexicans, Isco, right, you know what I'm saying, in cages. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly, you know, who knows? He probably unalive and I'm taking him somewhere and we ain't never gonna see him again, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's why he doing what they do, because they know their end is their end is near. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, they've been unaliving Judah, the so-called black man. They got the so-called Native Americans right where they want them, and they taking their women and their little girls coming up missing. You know what I'm saying? But yet they don't talk about that either. You know what I'm saying? They already got them where they want them. You know? Verse 14, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow, because that's all they know. The sword and the bow. You know what I'm saying? Today it's the gun, because that's all they know is to unalive you as best as they can. You know what I'm saying? That's all they know, and that's all they want to do. And have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. And then we got our simpletons out there, you know what I'm saying, the blacks, Latino, Native Americans. Oh, there's poor white people. Nigga, like I said, go back in history. They don't care about their own kind. Go watch Braveheart. You know what I'm saying? Go watch that movie, Braveheart. The king, the reason why Braveheart got unalive the way he did is because he didn't want his rib that he was marrying to have to sleep with the king. Because that was a stipulation right there. You know what I'm saying? If you guys get married, the king has to sleep with your wife first. That's them. There was no black folks right there. You know what I'm saying? That was just them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it ain't like there wasn't black folks in Europe, you know what I'm saying, at that time, but there was, you know what I'm saying? But that's Braveheart. That dude, Wallace, whatever his name is, that was a real dude. You know what I'm saying? That was based on a true story. You know what I'm saying? One of his descendants played on, back in the early 2000s on football for Vanderbilt. You know what I'm saying? He was a lefty as well. You know what I'm saying? He had a good hand. You know, he got good accuracy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Braveheart, that is. I forgot his name, something Wallace. You know what I'm saying? But oh boy, he was a descendant from him. And he was lefty and he, you know what I'm saying, had a, good accuracy. You know what I'm saying? A side note. You know what I'm saying? Verse 15. Their sword shall enter into their own heart. And it is. It is. And their bow shall be broken. Verse 16. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. Verse 17, for the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. You know what I'm saying? You got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be righteous. Come into the ISBK, you're going to be righteous. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High will uphold us. And we won't be out there in the streets being unalive. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, all we got to do is come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments and start serving the Most High the right way and not the Christianity way, because they leaving us astray. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Verse 18, the Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. Forever. The upright, the ISBK, lost the so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans that are in the ISBK. You know what I'm saying? They are the upright. They are the righteous. You know what I'm saying? Because we teaching our people to wake up. You know what I'm saying? We teaching them to wake up. We crying out loud and sparing not to wake our people up. Instead of like these other simple ass camps out there, they just want to debate all day, each other. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, wake your people up, man. That should be your main focus. You should come back up in here, learn how to be a man. Little rinky dinks. You know what I'm saying? But 19, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. And that day is coming. That famine is coming. Y'all gonna be running to and fro. What the scriptures say? I didn't know you. Christ's gonna be like, I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna help you at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to hearken to these laws, statutes, and commandments. You don't want to put the shrimp down. You don't want to put that lobster down. You don't want to put that pork down. Go to Leviticus 11 and read that and learn how to, just practice. Practice, put that other stuff down, man. There's a lot of food out there that can fill your belly. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the same time, you talking about water pollution and shit like that. Nigga, don't you know the crustaceans clean the water? It's crazy, man. That's some just dumbass niggas. Verse 20, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke, shall they consume away. And you heard that. It says the enemies of the Lord. And these other nations are the enemies of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Or else we would see them out there, really fighting for the Lord. Really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, it's, I'm hypotheticals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, they are not of the Lord. They don't care about the Lord. That's why we are where we are, the state that we are in. You know what I'm saying? You got these other nations, they just wicked as shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They got Buddha, you know what I'm saying? Confucius, the white man got the days of the week and all the holidays, all their gods. You know what I'm saying? The Hamites got, I don't know, just eating shit, eating crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Blowing in a cow's butt. I don't know. They got, them niggas right there. They on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's jump to 21. The wicked borroweth and payeth not again. I mean, if you trying to buy a house and you so-called black or whatever, I don't know how it is with, ISCAR, you know what I'm saying? So-called Latinos, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But they upping the price. Bottom line, they doing you in. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to sell your house. They gonna lowball you. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, this is what they gonna do. Because that's all they do it. They don't know how to pay. They don't know how to, they don't pay what is the price is supposed to be paid. You know what I'm saying? They can't do it. It's just not in them. They have to rob. Like I was just telling a few weeks ago, you know what I'm saying, about the Russell City down in Hayward. You know what I'm saying? They did not want to play. It was a predominantly black and Latino community. They burnt them out. They set their houses on fire, and all they had to do was pay them to buy other houses out of that area. They couldn't do that. And you got our dumbass black Christians, you know what I'm saying, what have you, Latino Christians, what have you, Native American Christians, what have you, you know what I'm saying, want to hold hands with these motherfuckers. Trying to think they holier than thou. They upright, they noble. Nah, man, you a coon, you a sucking, man, you dumb. And they know that as well. It's because you have a friend or two, you talk, we had some good lives. Nigga, I did too, nigga, in high school. You know what I'm saying? But I kept them at arm's length. It's common sense, man. Because I love my people. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. And I didn't even know when I didn't know I was cool with the ISCAR, you know what I'm saying, the so-called Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? Because they had a closer spirit than these other nations, than any other nations, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was raised around. Come to find out, we from the same tribes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the same we from the tribe of Israel, you know what I'm saying? And then they breaking down, you know what I'm saying, the 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying? That's why we close in spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's why we know, you know what I'm saying? We just, just right there with each other. You know what I'm saying? But yet, you know what I'm saying, it's divide and conquer. The white man came in between us and divided us. Just like it, you know, shit, it's damn near divide and conquer in Judah's tribe, the so-called black man's tribe. You know what I'm saying? And Issachar tribe. You know what I'm saying? Why you think they unaliving? You know what I'm saying? You got the Sudanians, you got the Northanians, you got the Crips, and you got the Bloods. You know what I'm saying? White man did a number on us. You know, bottom line. But jump down to 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. And that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They watch us 24/7, man. You know what I'm saying? You got like we got the FBI on us. You know what I'm saying? The ISBK. You know what I'm saying? What is that? The something law. I forgot what it is. The poverty law, some I don't know, Southern poverty law or something. I don't know. But we on that list on the hate group, you know what I'm saying? They try to mix it in with, you know what I'm saying, the KKK and shit like that, whatever. They just being slick. They crafty like that. You know what I'm saying? But they're so smart. You know what I'm saying? They got all this technology and they watch us and stuff like that. They know we ain't doing no crime. They know exactly what we doing. We trying to wake up our people. But yet they put us on this hate list. You know what I'm saying? The FBI is watching us. You know what I'm saying? And they want, and they look, they want to unalive us as well. It says what? The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. But they can't slay us because we got the Most High on our, you know what I'm saying, on our side. Because we doing what? We raising up the lost sheep in the house of Israel. You know what I'm saying? So they can't touch us. Look at back in the late 60s, you got J. Edgar Hoover. This motherfucker right here said there will never be another black Messiah unless we create him. This is back in the 60s. This is the head of the FBI in the late 60s, what have you. You know what I'm saying? This is what he said out of his own mouth. Quote, that's his quote. There will never be another black Messiah unless we create him. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? This is how they know. They know because they know we are the chosen people. And we stay on their mind 24/7. At their dinner table, we stay on their mind. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? But verse 33, the Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Verse 34, wait on the Lord and speak and keep his way. His way is these laws, statutes, and commandments, Israel. You know what I'm saying? And he shall exalt thee to inherit the land when the wicked are cut off. Thou shalt see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we gonna inherit this land. And all you coon motherfuckers and shit like that. When the wicked's cut off, nigga, y'all gonna go right over there with them too. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be trying to cry, oh no, we were wrong. Yeah, you were wrong, nigga. Wrong your ass back over there with them heathens. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. Let's go to Psalm 58. And this is you know, we've been in Psalms, we've been in David, you know, King David right here, right? You know, like you know, this is King David right here. And all he talk about is Israel, you know what I'm saying? Israel being redeemed, you know what I'm saying? God, you know, save us from our enemies. You know what I'm saying? This is all King David talk about. And he's talking about Israel. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about the present, the past, and the future, what have you. You know what I'm saying? These are prophecies. He knew what the plight of his people was going to be. You know what I'm saying? And this is all he talks about, because he knew we were going to be oppressed by another nation, by a no people that the Most High called them, a no people. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are something else, man. You know. But like I said, we traumatized. We you know, we being led astray by who? By these false pastors out here. You know what I'm saying? This is Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You know what I'm saying? Like how many treaties did they break with the so-called Native Americans? You know what I'm saying? I don't even know offhand, you know, but they they just speak lies. Their tongue is smooth as butter. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do is lie. You know, and they estranged from the womb. These motherfuckers have no kind of affection whatsoever, man. You know, and I'm not, you know, like, okay, there's some out there, you know, they don't want no part of this business. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like I said, we all had to go into captivity. So therefore, you got to go into captivity too with your people. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like they're estranged from the womb, you know, like look at the old school pictures of hangings. You know what I'm saying? Like our people, when they lynched our people, what have you. You know what I'm saying? You got kids right there pointing this stuff and smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're estranged from the womb. These motherfuckers are off the hood. There's this one dude, what's his name? James Marion Sims, I believe it was. You know what I'm saying? He was back in the 1800s. He was the father of gynecologist. You know what I'm saying? With the female organ, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Her private parts. You know what I'm saying? I think it was named, James Marion Sims. Look him up. But anyways, so what this wicked mother sucker did, you know what I'm saying? Because he was estranged from the womb too. You know what I'm saying? When he got of age, you know what I'm saying, back in the 1800s, this dude used to cut into the black slaves' vagina. You know what I'm saying? Used to cut into them, you know what I'm saying, without anesthesia. You know what I'm saying? And he said because they were suitable because they had a high threshold for pain or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But this dude used to, you know what I'm saying, like cut into, you know, he used to cut into their vaginas, man. You know what I'm saying? Our women's vaginas, man, back in the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? And also he had he said, you know, the infants that were born, he said because of the intellectual flaw of the slave, he had to do some type of research, you know what I'm saying, on the infant's brain. So he got a shoe, what is it? A shoemaker awl, you know what I'm saying? And it looks like an ice pick. You know what I'm saying? It was like a Z-shaped ice pick. And what he used to do, he used to crack the cranium, you know what I'm saying, of the infant, you know what I'm saying, to go look in there and stuff like that to see what the intellectual flaw was. You know what I'm saying? This is real stuff. Just look it up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, of course, it was 100% death for the infant. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like this dude, you know, like for having, you know, saying this intellectual flaw, right? Obviously, his intellect wasn't cool as well. You know what I'm saying? We know he's a beast. He was a beast. He's just evil ass spirit, right? You know what I'm saying? But because, you know what I'm saying, we weren't able to read back in the slavery days, you know what I'm saying, like hundreds of years, shit. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't able to be educated, but yet this man, this is his excuse on cracking the little infant's brain. You know what I'm saying? Putting that thing up in his head, cracking his skull because of intellectual flaws. Yeah, they just wicked. They're estranged from the womb. You know what I'm saying? But yet you got Christians out here want to hold hands and say, hey, let's be together. Think about this. And they had statues of this man. They probably still have statues, but they said they tore them down in the early 2000s and stuff like that. But they got statues of this man. You know what I'm saying? And he was wealthy. You know, he was a wealthy individual and stuff like that. And he got a seed, you know, he had some seeds, he had some children, you know what I'm saying? And what they do, they benefited off of his money. You know what I'm saying? They still out here, you know, Sims, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they benefited off of his treachery, off of his things that he did to our people. You know what I'm saying? They still out here, and you saying his family get a chance to repent, and you know, repent from they weren't even given the law, because Most High said he only deal with Israel, you know what I'm saying, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? In Psalms 147, 19, 20. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't dealt with no other people. You know what I'm saying? But y'all Christians say that this fool's descendants get to, you know what I'm saying, get to hold hands with y'all and go to heaven and stuff like that, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. If we had to go into captivity as a whole and we had some good people, just because we have bad people, you know what I'm saying? We all had to go. They going too. It's only right. It's only right, man. You know what I'm saying? He cut into our women with no anesthesia, nothing. He's just cutting up into them. This is real stuff, man, and there's more. You know what I'm saying? You got a book called Medical Apartheid. You could read all about all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's some just terrible stuff, man. You Christians got to be ashamed of yourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about the rapture. We all gonna come together and holding hands and stuff like that. Whatever. Nah, man, they going into captivity, man. Bottom line. But yeah, James Merriam Sims, man. Look him up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's some real stuff, man. And look up a shoe all. You know what I'm saying? AWL. You know what I'm saying? It look like a pitchfork, ice pitchfork type thing, man. Cracking the infants' heads open, man. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy. And put statues up of this man. Supposedly you're talking about the first gynecologist. Let's go to Psalm 55. Psalm 55, 1 and 6. All right. It's lucky, Israel. You know what I'm saying? We got some technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so where were we at? Let's go to Psalm 55. Psalm 55 and 1 through 6. Good. Let's see. It's the book of Psalm, chapter 55, verse 1. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not thyself from my supplication. This is King David right here. My supplication is crying, right? You know what I'm saying? He crying out. Verse 2. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint and make a noise. This is what he said. Verse 3. Because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked. For they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. And it ain't hard to see that all these other nations hate us. Israel, so-called Black, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child. All these other nations hate us, man. You know, bottom line. I don't care, like I said, if you do have a friend or two, you know, that's from these other nations, whether they're Asian, East Indian, Filipino, whatever. You know what I'm saying? White, you know what I'm saying? Collectively, you know what I'm saying? All of them, they hate you. You know what I'm saying? If they truly your friends, if you got friends like that, ask them, you know what I'm saying? Tell them that you're the chosen people. They're gonna just look at their eyes when you say it. You know what I'm saying? Because they look at you as nothing. You know what I'm saying? As a nigga, you know what I'm saying? As a spick, you know what I'm saying? As a redskin. You know what I'm saying? That's how they see you. If you say you God's chosen people, they're going to be like, yeah, right. Because they think I'm God's chosen people. My people are. You know what I'm saying? But verse 4, my heart is sore pained within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. Verse 5, fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. Verse 6, and I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then will I fly away and be at rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's King David. He said he'll fly away and be at rest, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you need to rest for? These other enemies. You know what I'm saying? Remember, King David was king at that time. He was king at that time. You know what I'm saying? But he was speaking for Israel. He was prophesying for Israel. You know what I'm saying? He knew what we were going to go through. Even in Psalms 22, you know what I'm saying? He knew, you know what I'm saying? He was talking about Christ right there. You know what I'm saying? Psalms, what was it? Psalms 7 and 22, I think it is. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he said like wings, and you know, that it fly away. There's this I don't know, Munster Cody, he was a Crip back in the day, right? You know what I'm saying? He used to ride with you know, the founders of the Crips, Raymond Washington and Tookie Williams, right? You know what I'm saying? He had a story about them, you know, being in a car one time back in 1978. And they were singing, you know, they put the Commodores, they had a song called Zoom, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it talks about flying away. It's a beautiful song, right? You know what I'm saying? Talk about flying away. They just want to fly away. And they were singing that, you know what I'm saying? They was just all, you know, riding around, you know what I'm saying? Just singing that. And these are some cold-blooded killers at this time. You know what I'm saying? They just started the Crips, what have you, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, they unaliving, you know, themselves and stuff like that. But think about that. They just wanted to fly away because they really didn't want to do that, but they were being oppressed and they knew what's up. They knew what was going on. They didn't want to live like that, but they were singing that, you know what I'm saying? I just want to fly away. And we've all been there. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the so-called Black, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child. You know what I'm saying? What have you? You know what I'm saying? We've all been there. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to get out this place. You know what I'm saying? Because of how our people, especially the ones that are woke, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, say it like that, but the ones that, you know, we see, you know what I'm saying? I hate using that cliche there, woke shit, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I've seen it at a young age. You know what I'm saying? I just see what our people were going through. You know, but we stuck. What can we do? So therefore, you sit there and just think, you know, like, man, only if I can Be your burden, just fly, man. Just get away from this place. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, especially in the past, what have you, lost our lives for unaliving themselves because they couldn't stand this place. You know what I'm saying? Our people going through the atrocities that we go through because of another nation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just don't come out of the womb just hating each other, man. We were taught this by the white people, by white folks. You know what I'm saying? You got some arrogant white motherfuckers out there, you know what I'm saying, that want to speak against this. They don't want us to talk like this. But stand up like a man and say, yeah, y'all right. Our people messed y'all up. Say it. You know what I'm saying? But they can't because they cowards. And our so-called, people that want to hold hands with them, they cowards too. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to listen to the Most High talking about you love the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You don't love shit but yourselves, man. You selfish. Anyways, let's go to the book of Exodus. Exodus chapter 26. Slug, Exodus 21. Exodus 21. Exodus chapter 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says, if he stealeth a man, if a person steal a man or sell a man, you know what I'm saying, he shall be put to death. And this is the laws right here. This was the Most High giving this law to Moses for his brethren, not another nation. So if a so-called white man and the Arab man and the African man, you know what I'm saying, came together and put a whole nation of people together, you know what I'm saying, and sold it, took them over into captivity, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's gonna be the outcome for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you took Most High's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? Like, surely you have to be put to death. You gotta be put into captivity, like the scripture says as well. Bottom line, there's no holding hands with God's chosen people. Y'all rounded us up and took us far from our border. And like I said, this was the law for a brother, for another Israelite. You know what I'm saying? You over there, you kidnapped a whole nation of people. Just think about that. Can I even say kidnap? You know what I'm saying? With these sensitive ass motherfucking heathens. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Let's go ahead. Go to Zechariah, the book of Zechariah. Chapter 11 and 5. Book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and 5. Whose oppressors, Slaki, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Our shepherds are the so-called pastors out here. And these people that possess us, you know what I'm saying, they hold themselves not guilty. You know what I'm saying? They hold themselves not guilty because they are evil. They're vile. With all this, at least, because you ain't gonna give us no reparations. At least give us, give us land, or allow us to police our own. You know what I'm saying? Can you even do that? Can you do that for us? Nah, they don't want to do that either, because they're, they slay them. They slay us because that's what they want to do, because they know we God's chosen people. And they've been doing this from beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? They can't even do that, man. Let's go to Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah chapter 50. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 50, starting at verse 4. In those days, And in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their God. Verse 5. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. Verse 6. My people hath been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from the mountain to hills, from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. Verse 7. All that found them have devoured them. And their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice. Even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. You know what I'm saying? They, because we put our trust in these other nations. We had gone astray from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High had, basically he whooped our heads. You know what I'm saying? Because we did not want to hearken to the Most High's Lord's statutes and commandments, the Most High's Lord law, statutes and commandments. You know what I'm saying? So, but these other nations, they know exactly what happened, and that's why they put us in this situation right here. You know what I'm saying? They had he says their adversaries, they had devoured us, right? They devoured us, and this is what they do daily. They devour us. You know what I'm saying? They making money off of us. They put us in these cages. You know what I'm saying? Put us in these prison systems. You know what I'm saying? Put drugs in our communities. You know what I'm saying? They doing this intentionally. They fell us in these school systems. You know what I'm saying? They do this intentionally. They're devouring us. You know what I'm saying? Because they know we are God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? And this is what, this is the things that we're going through. But we have to come back in order to overcome this. You know what I'm saying? We gotta trust in the Most High. How do we trust in the Most High? By His words, by His law, statutes, and commandments. I mean, ain't nothing else working. You know what I'm saying? For the Most High's chosen people, lost sheep of the house of Israel. You know what I'm saying? The lost of the so-called Black, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child. You know what I'm saying? Come back to these law, statutes, and commandments. Come back to the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? Which was established in 1969. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to wake up, man, or it's just gonna get worse. Like I said, when this famine comes, because it's gonna come. When Esau, the so-called white man, when he sees stuff slipping, because he's seeing it slipping now. His kingdom is falling. He gonna take it out on everyone. Bottom line. And don't wait till the last minute. You know what I'm saying? When time run out, don't wait till the last minute to try to come and run in. Oh, where's ISUPK? Oh, we need help. Them niggas was talking. They were speaking the truth. Nah, don't wait till the last minute, because that's it. It's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a falling out. It's in Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, I believe it is. It's gonna be a falling out, man. You know what I'm saying? This place has to fall. And it's already starting. It's gonna be a gradual falling. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse. This place is not getting any better. This world is not getting any better. Y'all want to, satisfy your flesh, with this wicked shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep on living wicked. Keep on living, doing all these drugs and living alternative lifestyles and stuff like. Keep it on. Keep on. You know what I'm saying? When that time comes, you know what I'm saying? Take it like a man. That's all I gotta say. Even you women, take it like a man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all big and bad now. Stay big and bad to the end. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the book of Obadiah. This book of Obadiah, verse 13. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. And this is the Most High talking to Esau, the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? In our day of a calamity, when we were, when we were down and out, Most High, the Most High told Esau, hey, you shouldn't have done this to them. You know what I'm saying? They just like George Floyd, how he kept his knee, you know what I'm saying, on his neck for 8 minutes when he was in handcuffs. No need to do that. He's in handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? But yet he gonna have his knee on his neck for 8 minutes. And that's what they doing to us. You know what I'm saying? They got they foot on our necks. They ain't trying to let us up. That's why we don't have no reparations and, you know what I'm saying, like equal running. There's more of us should be running stores, should have our own businesses out here. You know what I'm saying? Should be living cool, lavish, just like these heathens out here. Living lavish and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want that for us because they got their knee on our necks. You know what I'm saying? And we got to wake up Israel and see that. But where we at? Verse 14. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. Now, this is future. This is a future prophecy right here. The day of the Lord is upon all the heathen. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no, I repent. He never talked to you. He never dealt with you. He only dealt with his people. He only punished his people. He put them into captivity, not you. He let y'all have all this. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. So where we at? So in the day of the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. You know what I'm saying? As it has done. You know what I'm saying? Y'all came together. Y'all was confederate against thee. You know what I'm saying? Y'all came against God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? As it has done. Y'all trodden us down. That's what y'all do, man. You smile in our face, act like nothing, like y'all don't know nothing. Yeah, right. Verse 16. For ye have drunk upon my holy mountain. His holy mountain is Israel. So shall all the heathen, drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they have not been. That's what the Most High said. What the Christians gonna say? They're gonna go against that. You know what I'm saying? You Black, Latino, Native American Christians out there, they're gonna go with the Most High said, because man is vain. You know what I'm saying? They think they know more than the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like it said, Isaiah 55:8, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways, said the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna say, oh no, let's go to Peter. This is what it's like it Paul said, you know what I'm saying, for the Gentiles. Nah, you don't know what you're talking about. You err with these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? You heard what he says. His word don't go in vain. Go in vain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta just look, pick a side, because you're gonna get done in as well. You know what I'm saying? If you go on that other side, you know what I'm saying? You see what these words say, right? You know what I'm saying? But 17, but upon Mount Zion, another word for Israel, right, shall be deliverance. Israel shall be delivered, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, shall possess all the heathens' possessions. This is the word. This is in Obadiah. I didn't make this up. This is in the book right here. See why they say, oh, they put emphasis on, oh, that's Old Testament. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? This Old Testament gonna whoop your old ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the book of Revelations. This is the last book right here. You know what I'm saying? You can't get around these scriptures right here. Bottom line. This book of Revelation, chapter 13 and 10. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. You know who the saints are? It's the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? You go to Psalms 50, I believe. You know what I'm saying? It says, that's where it tells you who the saints are. You know what I'm saying? But and it's the children of Israel. Those who have made a covenant with me. No other nations made a covenant with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But it says those who lead into captivity shall go into captivity. And this is in Revelations. This is after Paul, where all you pork chop pastors go to. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put everybody, use that to, say, oh, the Gentiles or the other nations as well. You know what I'm saying? Nah. You know what I'm saying? He's all about Israel. Just like I read David, you know what I'm saying? David is all about Israel. We are the nation undesired, not desired. You know what I'm saying? But y'all go ahead and keep up with your fantasies. You know what I'm saying? Lead people astray. You will get your reward. You know what I'm saying? But with that, I want to say, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak Thumb to the brothers, and Yahweh Shemar Allah Thabah Shebah Shah to the sisters. Shalom, Israel.